Hello, Petty. Welcome, everyone, to another segment of Let's Talk Love. I am your host, Tasha Met, and I'm going to let my beautiful hosts introduce themselves today.
I would love for you to start introducing me, you know what I mean?
I am joined by Shea Butter Lover.
No, AKA.
No,
it's Brother Nance, AKA
This is why I want you to
because Brother Nance is who I am. Shea Butter Lover is who I am on Let's Talk Love. You feel me?
So you want me to introduce this fool?
I want you to introduce me as Brother Nance, AKA Shea Butter. Leave to make sure you say the lover. Feel me?
He just introduced himself, and we are joined by Erica,
but you need to practice that, though. You need to practice that.
Petty E, because she's going to be petty today.
She told me she retired Petty E.
I know, but you saw all
I've been hearing nothing but Petty. Right. Petty E is a real Petty E. Like, for real.
I didn't retire. No, you didn't.
I was born Petty.
So we're going to get into our show first, and later we're going to have Erica talk about her amazing organization, My Skin Have a Story.
I love her organization.
But first, we're here today to discuss workplace romance or work sex in the workplace, or just, I don't know, entanglements in the workplace.
No, we definitely don't do no
entanglements in the workplace.
I told you, stop using that word.
I can use that word. That's my new favorite word.
We don't like that word, yo.
So, icebreaker. Where's the freakiest place you have had sex at?
I hope you know. I'm not answering that question.
We know.
I want to say that shit.
So in my past life.
So what's your past life?
Your past petty life?
Petty, what is your past life?
The most freakiest place. I don't really have. What do you consider freaky?
I mean everybody's freakiness is different.
Everybody's freakiness is different. That is true. I mean, like the most,
Tasha do these icebreakers that just.
I do to get the.
Most you start to cheat since
right, like since you like.
Since your icebreaker, where's the
since it's your situation.
Yeah. Probably the balcony of a vacant house.
Damn, a vacant house?
Vacant?
How did you even get to the balcony?
I was young.
But how did you get to the balcony?
I don't remember.
So what y'all like kicked the back door and then went up the little steps? Like, was it rats and shit in there?
No, it was a vacant apartment. I do remember that.
Okay, was it a clean apartment?
It was a clean apartment.
Okay. You gotta make the viewers know.
Was it like turned already? Like was it?
It was already turned, so it was already moved in ready.
Okay.
I was young, like 20, 21. So we just being adventurous that day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know how we got in there, but we got in there.
Okay. Well, I'm not personally answering that question, but we can go to Petty. I don't answer questions like that on public.
Yeah.
I mean, Petty, what is your...
I'm trying to think of one.
Oh, you had several. You know what?
No, I didn't say that.
You know what? You strike me as the type that would have several.
I didn't say that. I said...
Okay, Petty.
I'm picking one.
You pick one.
Give me the one.
Out of several options.
Give me the one, Petty.
So, I was young.
You know, I like how y'all label this. I was young.
No, because I gotta make it clear.
I'm pretty sure y'all
right,
but I'm pretty sure the right person can make you do it as you're old too.
No.
Get down.
I was around
17.
About to
say Tasha. About to say. Go ahead, Petty.
I was around 17, 18.
Okay, that's a
top of the car in the rain.
Okay.
Oh, top of the car in the
rain. That's some video shit. That's some video shit.
That's some. Ooh.
Every time like that's memorable. Like
so, the rain was coming on. Like, was you on the hood of the car or the roof of the car?
I was the hood from the hood.
It was on the hood. Damn.
Ooh.
That's
so how y'all?
So the rain was coming down like on a.
Like you know where like Ricestown Road and Key Lot says where that back way from Milford Mill, and you go
my hood. I graduated from Milford Mill High School. Okay.
No, Milford Mill subway station.
I know what that's doing.
So how y'all ended up doing that? Like y'all was driving, then was like, oh, let me stop.
Tasha, this is not the like rekindling.
You just
we're not going to go into details. You see,
she's trying to like.
She's the sex hound. She's the sex hound.
She's not trying to figure. She's not trying to ask questions to be like, well, hi.
Right.
She about to go plan this. So the next time it rains.
Oh no. Nope.
I don't do stuff like that no more. I'm saved.
saved
I
today.
am saved today.
Okay.
So I was looking up
Like,
like
forgive her.
no, I'm saved today. Hallelujah. I was looking up statistics on workplace romance, and I found like some cool statistics. So, like, I'm not surprised about the statistics I found, but like 75% of office workers have been involved in at least one workplace romance. 48% have been involved in 2 or more workplace flings.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, 50% of office romances.
But how many of those office romances were people that were married and cheated?
I'm getting ready to get to it. So,
Oh, baby.
50% of office
80%
romances
cheat.
involved at least one person who was in a relationship.
What did you say the percentage was?
50%.
That's a lot.
50%.
Higher.
So
That's a low number.
so more men have affairs at work than women.
Of course.
But the
I disagree
the numbers
with that.
wasn't that much.
They're
Like,
the
How
most
about to
popular
say
ones to do
no?
but
it.
it was
About to say
58% versus 42%. So the numbers wasn't real like
No,
all
that's
shit,
a
but
big
the
gap.
men
That's
was
a big gap.
higher.
That was a big gap.
The men
But you know
always
what?
hire.
You know why it's higher for men in the workplace? Because it's being thrown at you a little different.
How is it being thrown at you?
I'm not gonna talk about it, but this is
No, for men in general.
How is it being thrown?
Yeah,
You
because
can't-
you're the man on the show.
You can't make a statement and
Right.
then not
I'm
elaborate.
not speaking for all men. I'm just speaking for brother Nate.
Then speak for Brother Nance, because we
Come
wanna
on,
know.
brother, talk.
Yes.
I mean,
Shaped by the lover.
when you're at work, I mean, like I said, before we got on air, I categorize people at work. You know what I mean? You have your work wife that you just, eat with, flirt with, but you don't do nothing with. You know what I mean? You got your work auntie and your grand aunt, your work mama that keep you in order. Cause I'm a fire sign, so I go as hard at work. Like I'm pro-black and all that. So I don't work for people when I'm at the job. I work for myself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm kind of like a rebel. You know what I mean? So I gotta have all these people to calm me down while I'm at work.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you. So you got a whole family at work.
Yeah, I got a whole.
So you got a whole service plan.
I got a whole tribe. I got a whole. And then anybody that's watching this that work with me, they will tell you that, like, yes, that's what he really
You got a
does.
whole idea.
Yeah, I got a whole system at work. You know what I mean? Any job I work at, I got a whole system.
And it works for you.
No, it's been working for me for, I'll be 44 this year. Working for me. I've been working since I was 16. I've been working for
Okay.
me for the last, whatever that number is.
So yeah, I can agree. Like whatever job I've been on, they become family.
Yeah,
So
I
I
put
can't
women in
really.
the sister category, so I
Yeah.
don't sleep with them. You know what I mean? Because you don't sleep with your sister.
So you automatically will look at a woman like, oh, she's
like
my
if a woman
sister.
like me, and like if I see a woman that's at work that I know she kind of failing me, I'm going to befriend her on the sister tip because I don't want to
go.
You know what I mean?
But how do you decipher whether?
Because I know I'm not that vested, so it's like
No, but I'm saying, how do you decipher whether if she's interested in you to try to take your position or to get to know stuff you're doing, or to really
it's never on taking a position tip because it's always one aspect of like, people we want to know, who people are. You know what I mean? Like they want to hang out with people. They want to, people. Some people looking for relationships. People looking for situationships with this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? For me, I don't mix work and you know what I mean. Like that's why I would put you with it.
So this is your way of creating your boundaries.
Yeah, my boundary. Like once I tell you myself, if I know you like it and we vibing, and I say, all right, you know what? I think we can still vibe. If I put you in the sister category, we're gonna still vibe on a high level because I'm always gonna be there for you.
So you verbally tell them this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you never dated anyone. You've been working since you was. What you said?
I dated one woman at work, and you know what I mean. It was, I was young. I'm gonna use y'all situation. I was young. I was young. You know what I mean. This before I was in the hair club for men. You know what I mean. I had long dreadlocks.
When you,
this was years ago.
oh yeah, that was years. Because
Years
I've seen you with hair.
Man, I don't know. For a short amount of time. But it was cool. But it was like on some like I was young, she was older. You know what I mean.
That's usually the case when guys talk about like their hookups on work, and it's usually a young guy and an older woman
turned you out.
Yeah, I heard that a lot, like a whole lot. Have you been an older woman before?
Little cougars turned you out.
I have
I
no
was
comment.
young. Them cougars will turn you out. Them cougars will turn you out. Them cougars will turn you
Yeah, I
out.
don't think I can make mess with anyone young like that.
I mean, I don't know. I felt like this is, This is Petty Erica's on the show. We talking Petty Erica, we talking bro now.
Alright, so
I mean, all your secrets deciding to come out today.
I don't secrets,
you know. He don't have none. He's the perfect man, perfect relationship.
I am the perfect. I'm definitely the perfect.
So he's the perfect everything.
Absolutely.
How come y'all have never been perfect? If he's the perfect man.
Oh no.
Oh, that's brother sister.
No, that's definitely brother.
Absolutely.
So she in the sister category.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely in the sister.
I put her in the sister category off the rip.
Yeah.
When she came on my radio show, my previous radio show.
Okay.
I mean, shout out to my previous radio show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 30% of office romance.
Even though, you know what I mean?
Even though
if I wanted to, I could have, you know what I mean?
We're not going to trust that.
You need some, you get some clarity on.
No, it's no clarity.
No, that's
like,
I'm just playing.
But I'm also like shea butter lover. Like I automatically hit people in categories when I first meet them.
Right.
So like I knew for a fact that he was going to be my brother. I had no like he's attractive. Don't get me wrong, but he's like But I never seen us on that level. Like I think because we act too much alike. And we share too much information too, personal information. So it's like I can go to him like if I need male advice and really get that authentic advice from him. So I can't
categorize it.
Yeah, 30% of office romances lead to a serious relationship or marriage.
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I've seen some, but not all.
I'm trying to think. Have I seen? I don't even know.
I've seen a lot of people that
hooked up at work and
absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen people hook up at work like
the quirky people though.
You know,
you said the quirky people.
Like the weirdos that work.
Like the ones that
the fat guy and the pretty
young
lady, but he's smart and shit. Like it be them types. Like it don't be like it be like people you wouldn't see together that hook up at work. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh yeah, you're making the money and she's the.
Probably not that. They probably feel some true love.
It's all good.
Who
am I? You know what I mean? I'm just telling you what I've experienced and what I've seen at work.
We work together. I know how much you make. I'm not dating you.
Yeah, and
no, but what I'm saying is you gotta think about like people that work at places like let's just say you work at an engineering firm. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? And you have an engineer.
And everybody on the same pay scale.
No, because he may marry the secretary. Or he may marry the lady who sends the drafts to the boss. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's the quirky dude and he don't really hang out like that. And she's a little fine and she see he makes this bread and she's like, well, damn.
Going for that
and I'm going to get some kids with this brother and he's not going to call
But not all the time that happens.
No, I mean, see, let me explain something.
All right, go ahead. Break it down.
I don't work in all types of environments. Okay. I used to work at the airport. I don't work in school settings. So I've seen a lot of people. So you'll see people now. You see some married couples, and you be like, oh, okay,
right.
But then you see some married couples, you be like, no, how did that happen? So you got to think, what is the deeper level of the psychology on behind it? Is it legacy? Are you married? Because marriage is a business at the end of the day.
It definitely
it's a business. You know what I mean? That shit is a business. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how nobody wants to say it, it's a business. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, companionship and all that other shit, that's what I'm looking for. It's beyond marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage is the byproduct of it. That shit. You know what I mean? That it requires estates and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at jobs, you'll have, like, you know, like I said, you'll see people that you'll be like, well, damn, how did those two people hook up? It's a money thing. It's a economic business thing. You know what I mean? So when you see the divorce rate so high, because that's not who you really desire, you know what I mean? But you had some kids to secure the check, you know what I mean? And,
Which you want to
I'm just keeping it real. And this could be for men and women. I'm not just saying for women.
It's just a statement you made, like, had the children to secure the check in the bag.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you are, I don't promote divorce because I believe in the energy of marriage. I don't promote divorce, just to be clear. But if it is divorce, it is about the kids. You know what I mean? And if your marriage is about business, it's about the kids. It's about like, if you'll make this amount of money, I know for a fact, or if she make this amount of money, I know for a fact, I'm going to be good on what I do, on what I need to take care of our children. You know what I'm just saying? That's workplace. I know people date for like, what they say, potential.
Potential?
And some people date for potential at workplace. I mean, I personally don't do that, but.
So not for purpose, potential.
Yeah, some people do date for potential.
Well, what if that potential is not the...
Think about all the women used to... Go ahead, say your piece.
No, I was going to say, what if the potential is not the reality in the long run?
That's up for you to determine. That ain't the man or the woman. If you are dating them, they don't know you're dating them for potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think you're dating them because you like them. You're dating them for potential. Like, you know what? You got the potential to be a dope human being.
That's the part that I'm saying that's misleading. Before we started this whole conversation, I always talked about position playing. And the reason why relationships have so many fallouts, because in the beginning, you have to give someone the right to want to play that position. If they feel like that you're dating them for potential, be honest, because like, yeah, I'm not for that. I don't want to date. That's not what I'm in this for. And let that person choose. Okay, I want to or I don't. But to take their choice away and not to give them that choice, that's a whole level of disrespect.
I agree with you. That sounds good.
You know, some adults are not.
That is not the normal reality.
But that's when you get.
Like, normally people don't be upfront.
That's when you get the bad side of a person.
I would say about 60% of the relationships in the world, you meet the representative off the top.
I would say it's more than that percent.
I mean, I was just trying to be honest.
No, I
be trying to get the brothers because I'm thinking for myself. I'm very direct, straight to the point.
And I'm speaking for the.
This is what where I'm at, what I'm looking for. Blase blah. I'm not looking for no girlfriend. I'm looking for no fuck partners. None of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not. I'm 40. I'll be 44 this year. You know what I mean? So I'm on a different building level. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for nobody. Right. None of that. So if I'm saying like. You got to meet people where they at, but it's a different way for each individual.
So because of your age,
I've always been this way.
I'm just saying. You keep saying, you said it a couple times. I'm about to be 44, so I'm not here anymore. Is it because of the age, because you're getting older, or is it because you're at a different level and both the things that you desire is at a different level?
Because I always desired the same thing, even when I was younger. Because I've been married.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been married.
Because I know
if I didn't desire it, I would never been married.
No,
I was married.
No, I know for me. No, because I've been married too for 10 years, probably longer than what you have been married.
I'm just about to answer the question on what she said.
No, but I can agree with age. It comes like a different like level of what you want in life when it comes to love.
Absolutely. I know not at all times though.
No, not at all times though. I can agree because I know in my 20s it was different with what I expected in my 30s. I was married in my 30s, and it's different for what I expect now going into my 40s. What I wanted 10 years ago is not.
Well, in my 40s, in my 40s, I'm looking for a compliment, somebody to compliment me.
Yeah, but and define your version of complimenting me, because I hear you say I'm 44.
Well, complimenting me mean like you are secure who you are as a woman. You know what I mean? I'm secure in who I am as a man, and then when we come together, we compliment each other. Because sometimes we meet people when they're not fully into who they be, and they look to you to build them up.
How do you determine if a woman is at that space?
I mean, at this point,
do you know she's comfortable where she is?
I mean, at this point,
innermost self.
I can only speak for myself. I mean, for my current situation, right? I mean, you got me on this bullshit. I'm talking all this shit on there. I mean, goddamn, yo.
It's all about talking love.
No, it ain't about talking love, about talking that bullshit. But anyway, I mean, so for my current situation, it's not even, it's deeper than.
So you're not in a relationship, you're in a situation.
No, I am in a relationship.
Okay, so we got to use that terminology because you don't tell somebody that compliments you that you're in love.
All right, so I'm in a relationship. So what I mean by compliment is someone. I like petty. Yeah. She gonna bring the best out of her next.
Yeah, she is.
You know what I mean? So, you know what you want at a certain time. Especially like I've been married. I've always been in a relationship, dude. Me and Tasha was talking earlier. Like people have different false perceptions of people from
Right.
just what they see online.
Yeah.
But they don't really know who you be.
Right.
I don't have a whole bunch of ladies that I slept with, like, because I always knew my value on who I be. I knew I was worth something, you know what I mean? Person, you know what I mean? So for this particular situation,
in this particular relationship, we're gonna speak.
Right.
We're gonna respect her because she's not a situation. She's,
all right, for this particular relationship,
Thank you.
know what I mean?
She making you nervous.
They drop my shit and all that, like that. All right, so for this particular relationship,
Okay.
you know what I mean? You know, it was about, you know, really owning yourself and where you are in order to even engage with that person on a higher level. You know what I mean? So we had to meet each other where we are. You know what I mean? Like the past, the present, and the future has to meet in order when you meet somebody. If that answers the question.
So why does the past have to meet?
Because you got to know somebody's past in order to understand that. You do.
I do.
You do.
I do. I'm not.
You
not
gotta
everything,
know.
not everything.
You gotta know, like, if two people been married and or
Now those past situations.
now hold up, two people been married, and you know we live in Baltimore. Baltimore's small, so if two people been married or you've had different situations happening in life, you need to know so you can know how to be emotionally available for the person you're dealing with.
No, that's why I said.
Because like you can't be emotionally available if you don't know, like, a person may be mad about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you because it's a certain day, it's raining, it's this, whatever it is. You just sit there like, well, why? But if we're not, if we haven't even had that experience or opened each other up to be grown and vulnerable and whole and real, you know what I mean? Like that's what that shit is about. You know what I mean? It's
so
like
now in this relationship that you're in now, that she compliments you.
that's a compliment.
So
The difference.
So where are you taking this now?
Probably gonna be getting married next year.
Oh, that's deep.
Like, for sure.
And it's because you guys complement each other. You add to each other, not subtract. And it's not because of financials.
No financials, no physicals, or none of that. But when you compliment, when you meet your compliment, all the other shit is a domino effect of that. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna have nobody that compliments you that doesn't add value to you. Am I correct?
Social distance.
Man, rubbing your leg, I just touched it. You know what I mean? I can see if I was like rubbing your leg. Oh, Petty E, stop playing.
Petty E.
Stop playing with me, Petty E.
But so you
Petty E.
social distance.
But no, I do get it because I think you should have that connection.
Petty.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she bring it out of everyone.
I love it.
I think you're supposed to have that connection, that something.
It's important, man. Like, you know, it's not always about a physical thing. It's always a mental thing first. You know what I mean? So if we're going back to the topic of what this show is about, because it's not about brother Nance, bro. It's about workplace love and workplace
so
energy.
So did you meet your significant other at work?
Never. I don't play them type of games. I actually got my credit fucked up fucking with some workplace shit. You know what I mean?
How?
I don't really want to go into it because
you already put it in
personal
the
friends, like online, like no.
Yeah, because
we're not going into all like just know I was young, like y'all said. I was young, you know what I mean? I was the man at a particular situation, and somebody got me a birthday gift, and I wound up diving in, and yeah, just know that we're gonna leave it at that. So continue. What is your next shit on your paper?
So the top 10 workplace romances. So fashion was number 1.
Man, I'll be pretty fly at work, man.
No, fashion, like the people that's models and stuff in the fashion industry.
I thought you were saying,
so that
how you fly at work, man.
that was number 1. Politics, number 2. I'm not surprised.
What you mean politics?
Like people that's like.
Oh yeah, politicians.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Clinton got his. I mean.
Oh, and yeah.
Right now.
So okay, we're not gonna touch on.
We're gonna finish this. No, we're gonna touch on it.
I mean, but that's real though. I mean, it happened in the office.
Transportation and like logistics.
What you mean?
I guess like MTA.
She said MTA.
Airport.
Now I should work at the airport. People at the airport. My baby mother from that's how my son is here because she worked in one port out there.
You work in the other.
You like the way she was cleaning planes?
No, she wasn't a plane cleaner.
I just asked.
No,
she wasn't a plane
young.
No, I mean she was young, a little older, but she definitely wasn't cleaning no planes. She was definitely
planes.
No. Airlines. You know,
She was a front desk customer service rep.
when you wanted to get your flight to go to Miami or
Okay, so she's a front desk customer service rep.
You like to take the flights out of places.
Social. So she like a customer service agent.
Back then.
Back then.
You know what I mean?
And what was you doing?
I was a sky cat.
Oh, okay.
For American Airlines.
Oh, okay.
So don't.
So then number 4 was construction, which I found odd, but I guess females are in.
Yeah, they are. And
construction.
It's a lot of baby mamas out here with construction workers.
Baby, so I don't believe in baby mamas.
I remember saying women that have children with men that they're not with. Children's mothers. Okay, so children's mothers.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't believe in baby mothers either. You know, I don't call my baby mother.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I call her by name.
Banking and finance.
I can see that because you know what a person made.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Public sector. I don't know.
But I think the banking joint is more cheating on your wife type tip. On the
Okay.
money tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see all the
There be
movies
a lot
and
of
shit.
cubicle love going on.
You don't be seeing all
Yeah,
the
it
movies.
does.
You don't see all the movies and shit. They be having like the bank nigga messing with the little secretary. Like Beyonce was in one of the movies.
Oh, you talking about
Um,
what was that movie?
When she was sleeping with the nigga, the nigga was they went crazy, and she got wild.
I forgot.
Anyway,
That was
go to
like
your next joint.
public sector. I don't know what they mean by public
That
sector.
means your mayor sleeping with the council people and
Like cubicle.
Oh, like social workers.
social
Oh, so I
no, that means your city officials sleeping with the help.
Well, you know what?
I cannot.
Facts.
Technology and IT.
Yeah, that's what I told you. The little nerds getting up. That's the real shit. The nerds with the bad women, you be like, damn, how that nigga get?
Oh my.
Facts. The nerds get the engineers and the nerds get. They get the baddies. They get the baddies. They get the baddies.
Sales is number 9.
And they baddies can still, mess with, whatever they want to do. And what we were talking about last week, that's they be having the nerds.
They be having the nerds.
Yep, they do.
And number 10 was media and advertising, like news and music.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't even want to talk about that.
Like, forgive them. I don't know. So that was the list where I found interesting. But I also know for a fact, I don't even know why police wasn't on there. The fire department. Because they definitely have relationships. Oh, that's the public sector.
Yeah,
so
public sector, police, fire department,
they need to be up
city
on that
council
list,
people. All
they do enough.
I mean,
They at work all the time together. Yeah.
You're not going to touch on police officers.
I mean, I ain't touching on it either. I just said, like, yeah, I know for a fact.
no comment.
we know enough.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, again, you have to identify, like, what you want to do at work. I personally don't do workplace love.
Work is for work.
Yeah, work is for work.
I never play where you work.
Yeah, you don't
It's two rules that I've always had. You never play where you work, and you never play where you sleep.
Right.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
So
You can't mix the two.
You can't mix the two.
I'm learning that now.
And I guarantee you.
So what if you find somebody at work? What if you seen a brother at work that was just like, he was everything he wanted in a man. He wouldn't do it.
No.
Because why would I get that close to find out that he's everything that I wanted in a man if he was just supposed to be working?
Social distance.
So,
For real.
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't even be that close to know that he's everything I want in a man.
Yeah, that's true.
Because workplace relationships, you start dealing with them, then you need them to do something that they're supposed to do, and they think they have the upper privilege.
And then the boundaries get
normally I'm the boss at the job, so it's normally
you the boss of your way.
I told you he the perfect everything.
No, every job I've worked, I'm usually the supervisor or the boss. I ain't gonna lie.
But boundaries get skewed in that way too. Like that's when boundaries start getting crossed. Nobody don't know their position no more. It can get messy, and then when you break up, that's even more messier.
That's why you don't do the workplace loving.
Yeah, I agree. I never did workplace loving, so I don't. I try to. I keep that as separate as possible, and I'm very professional when I'm at work, so I can't cross no lines.
I'm surprised.
You know.
seems like y'all got some other stuff going on that we don't know about. Like, you know, like
I know I'm professional at work.
Yep, she is.
You know, I was always told, my grandfather told me, somebody always say that they're professional at something, they're really not professional. You got to keep saying you're professional at what you do.
I mean, just like you said, you keep on saying you're the perfect guy.
Like, yeah, so there.
I've never said that. You say that. Have I ever said that, Meech? I've never said it on air. On none of them. I've never said I'm the perfect guy. They keep saying that.
Who is they? Because
Tasha, Asia, baby.
every time we bring up something, it's like, oh, I never did that. Oh,
because I haven't been in line, be like, yo, I've done something I didn't
Queens, I do this for them.
I do.
I don't.
So you've never mistreated a woman?
Never in my whole entire life. I swear on everything I love. No bullshit. You want to see my eyes? No bullshit.
But my question
Especially
is,
black women, because they got a mother and I got a grandmother.
but how do you know you never disrespected a woman?
Because I've never had.
Because your concept of disrespect could be different from her concept.
Well, I can tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Your ego can be disrespect.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have an ego.
facts.
Number one, I don't have an ego. That's number one.
Ooh.
I don't have an ego.
You don't have an ego?
No, definitely not. We have a conversation.
Okay.
I don't have an ego. We're having a conversation. I don't live in ego at all. If I live in ego, I'll be a whole different man. You know what I'm saying? I live in a very humble spirit. You know what I'm saying? So please don't get it confused because of the confidence of who I be. You know what I mean? They think it's ego. No, it's called being confident who you are as a black person, as a black man. You know what I mean? And I demand certain things. You know what I mean? From women, men, children, whoever. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, you know, I've never disrespected a black woman. You know what I mean? Like, I met them where they were.
You never disrespected any woman?
No, never knew anyone.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You specifically said black women.
I've only been with black women. I've never been with, my son, mother, she Latino, but I'm just saying. I consider.
So you've
been with another woman?
Yeah, I think Latinos are black myself. You know what I mean?
No, they're not.
They're Latinos.
Okay, well, whatever. You know what I mean? I've never been with a white woman. You know what I mean? So, you know. So I just say I don't disrespect women, period. I got a mother, I got a grandmother, I got cousins, I got aunts. You know what I mean? I don't do that. So it may be hard to believe, but that's the facts. You know what I mean? So you gotta meet people where they are.
No, you definitely do have to meet people.
And Tosh, this is the last show. You gonna switch it up and make it all up. We're not
After
doing
that, we're having conversation.
She wasn't switching it up.
No, I told her before we even started, let's talk love. It cannot be the brother Nance talking about what I do. It ain't about me.
It's not about, but certain things that you say are triggered in my situation, my situation.
What's your situation?
Especially if
what's your situation?
I don't have a situation.
What is
my situation is my scams story.
All right, so what is your story talking about?
Okay, we're talking about workplace.
No, we're talking about. I want to switch to this thing.
This is our show.
We're switching to this.
Okay, let's switch.
All right, so we'll tell you about that.
My Skin Has a Story?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So the concept for My Skin Has a Story is an outlet for everyone, men, women, children, no matter what walk of life you come from. Okay. Everybody's skin tells a different story.
Thanks.
Your life path may not be my life path, but at the end of the day, we all met and we conquered and we survived it. And even to the people that are still going through, we can be their strength.
I agree. I love it. I actually love the whole concept. That's why I said, how can I be an ambassador? You know, because
you have a story.
I have a hell of a story.
You gotta first tell your story.
Man, I got a dope story.
I can't wait for your first event.
What was your first event? Did you have a first event?
I was supposed to have an event, but due to COVID-19, we had to cancel it. However, we are still working on the third year running the trunk or treat, and we're going to make it a masquerade trunk or treat.
Masquerade trick or treat in October.
So we're coming full force. We're taking the rest of the year just to plan.
I like that.
Do some more photo shoots and get everything in place. We're going to start interviewing people, getting people's story out there, and just being a big support.
So why did you start that organization?
My Scans a Story. My life tells a significant story. A lot of people look at me now, and the individuals that know me now can't believe I used to be who I was, and the people that knew who I was back then.
Who you used to be?
I was a horrible child. I was a very horrible child.
Okay.
I didn't finish school. I was rebellious. I was a runaway. There were a lot of things that happened in my life to trigger that.
Right.
But my mom, she never gave up on me.
Right.
Like even on her 65th birthday, me and my sisters gave her. I had to publicly apologize to her because I used to tell her all the time, if I was her, I would have given me to the state because that's how bad I was. But because she was a bridge burner, and that's what I am, the reason why I say bridge burner, no matter how many times a person falls, you go to them and pick them up from where they are, and it's harm reduction, and let's get back up and start again. So that's what I want to be. And I know being a bridge burner is frustrating. Sometimes you do get frustrated. I get frustrated a lot sometimes, like, oh, this person doesn't want it. But they really do. It's just everybody's creating their own testimony in life. You go through things in life. And when you get to the end and the finish line, you never really realize that you went through it for a reason. Like if you look at some of the things you went through years ago, you'd be like, oh God, okay, this is why I went through this. And now I can help you. Your outcome is not my outcome, but at least I can prepare you for this journey that you're about to take.
Sure.
So I just had a question, but all of us, we can get back to all of us talking. I just realized all of us are business owners. So have you ever encountered doing your business, like getting involved with someone that either is a customer or someone like me and you have nonprofits, so people that we collab with on a daily basis, like?
No, I'll definitely do that, especially when it comes to business.
Yeah, mixing. Yeah.
Too much bread to be made out here. There's too many women out here in the world.
No. Yeah, because
it has to be boundaries, because if you really find that person that you really do work really well together,
you don't want
to mess that relationship up and cross those lines where it's awkward for you guys.
Right.
Now, if it's to the fact where you're working with this person, y'all were friends first, and he's seen that side of you, which made them fall in love with you even more and want to be with you even more, I figure, okay, that's fine with me.
Right.
Because now I know I have a mate that knows all sides of me,
right,
and now we can build this empire together.
Okay.
I'm about building empires. I'm not about
Okay.
Yeah.
We said something I can agree to. Yeah, man. Okay.
So I would say that if it's your own business and you've been working alongside of the person for a while, for a long time, and every time you turn around, they're there building with you, going through the trenches with you, I'll support you. Oh, I got you. I don't have to do this.
Right.
And y'all hang out outside of that too. And it's constant, like, business and love and friendship. Guys, I'm sorry. You needed that from Ray.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go potty. Go ahead, go potty.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, but I can. So what if? Okay, so y'all connected, friends first, business, then business going amazing. That other part of it is like, okay, something is going wrong, because it's like now too much business going on and not enough pleasure anymore.
So with relationships comes maturity.
Right.
And everybody knows that. So you have to know when to cut it off. You have to know when to switch roles. That's why when my mate finds me, I want my business partner, I want my prayer partner, I want my lover, I want my best friend, I want everything. Because your mate is going to have to learn how to switch those roles. And even just being a husband, if you're married, they have to learn how to go from husband to business partner to best friend to confidant to prayer partner. So those roles have to switch anyway. So if it's like that, that's a learning experience.
Right.
And if you're mature enough to handle that, that's when the empires are being built, because they know when to comfort you or to say, that's enough, that's too much, you don't want too much, chill out. Let's just talk about it. They have to be able to do that. Or, babe, stop. Let's just pray about it. Let's pray about it and let's seek God for it. So it
Renee said, compliments you on all levels. So yeah, definitely. And that's why I was thinking about when I came out with this topic too, because it's not only like workplace, but also business. And I know I do both. So it's like, no, I would never deal with anyone in the workplace because that's boundaries that's bound to be crossed. But I do know, like, working in the community and connecting with people with all of my businesses I got going on, like, I can, like, kind of see that happening, especially with someone.
A lot of times when you're starting businesses, if you really realize it, when you're in the thick of it, it's always your friends that's helping you, like the male friend. So if that happens, that person's been watching you before. That's just the added additive that made him fall deeper for you. So he met the friendship side, he met the love, the sweetness side. He's heard the stories of how you've been treated or relationship stories. Y'all been that best friend of each other. Y'all have exchanged those. So now right here, my builder, that's a different level. I love her. This is the end of it now. I'm about to build an empire with her.
Right.
Let me help her. Let me be there for her. I'm going to build this empire.
Yeah, that's the tip.
That's the tip I'm on right now.
Because I know, like, going into my 40s, that's what I envision for my life.
My lady is younger than me, so you know what I mean.
So I'm not going to talk about why older men and young girls will go here.
Yeah.
She's not.
That's another topic for another.
She's not super young. She's not super young.
How many years between you?
She'll be 38.
Oh, okay. So that's not bad.
I'll be 44.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a great.
Yeah, that's a great
range.
Yeah, it's a great range. That's not bad.
You didn't even know I was 44 unless I told you.
No, I would.
I was about to say, don't play with me.
You probably get angry.
He was getting ready to say, like, I was 44.
You know, the last time we met, we were on the Zoom thing talking about religion, and now,
man, he was. You know what, Teddy? That was you. Teddy, give me a hug, Teddy. That was Petty E. We were talking about on the religion. Petty E. I like you, Petty E. You know what? Petty, I like you, Petty E. I do. I like you, Petty. You know, you went hammer on that show too. You went hammer. That's why I like that. You know, I knew the reason why we was beefing.
But it's just.
She was thinking about me since the last show.
She was. Always thinking somebody thinking about shit.
No, go ahead, Patty. Go ahead, like, Patty E.
No, I just know you're excited about turning 44.
No, I'm actually super excited.
You know why? You know why I think you're excited?
Growth.
You know why I think you're excited? I just met you.
What?
I know that although you're this person, you're happy to be alive. Some things that you went through, some people wouldn't have made it through.
Yes, facts.
So 44 is a significant.
Yeah, and I don't put down in my bed like the rest of these brothers. I like my gray hairs because I buried all my friends except for two. You know what I mean? So it's real.
Yeah.
So
you gotta live life to the fullest.
Every day.
Life. So you want party?
No, I mean, you know, y'all only got me for 6 more years in Baltimore.
Oh, you say you have a plan. That's good.
Oh yeah. When I turn 50, I'm gonna have a party. I'm gonna be like peace and hope for everybody. I'm gonna be moving to Africa, and I'll let y'all.
Oh, you want to go to a whole other continent?
Yeah, I'm going to a whole other continent.
Now, before you make this decision, is that a decision for you and your companion?
Absolutely.
Make it together, or you already
any woman that deals with me, I put that on the table. If you're not willing to relocate, and like if you're willing,
so you told her that, are you with me right now?
Off the rip.
And she's on
and
board.
Absolutely, because she's already been in Nigeria and all that.
She got kids.
She has a son. It's not about me.
No, I'm just saying, like, how do you make decisions? No, I'm just saying, depending on the age of her son, how do you make the decision to say?
I mean, her son is 7. You know what I mean?
So that's a big.
I have 6 more years left in America. 7 plus 6 is again 13.
And he'll still be young.
Okay, but guess what? His mother is very cultural aware, and that's going to be a bonus for him.
But you see,
my son will be 17 this year.
That's where
so in 6 more years, my son is going to be a grown man.
Because that's not.
He'd probably be giving me grandkids. Hopefully,
that's not a decision that you make with her just alone. It's a decision that y'all have to make as a community because he still has another parent.
I agree, but at the end of the day, I'm doing that regardless.
So basically, you're saying whether the decision is made, whether her son can go in that you're willing to stop love with this companion, the one that you're going to build these empires with.
I'm not saying I want to stop love with my companion. Now, what I'm saying, I'm saying that we would. I believe this, right? I feel like if it's a boy, every boy should be raised by their dad. You know what I mean? And he has an active dad. You know what I mean? His dad is very strong in his life. You know what I mean? So if we're going to make a decision to go a different place and he needs to stay with his dad and we get him in the summertime or whatever the arrangement got to be.
Oh, I can see so many.
Ooh. So many what?
I personally may not last for you. You may want to start looking for a new girlfriend.
No, I think that y'all
because that is so like you can't tell a woman that, especially if her son has to go.
I didn't say her son had to go. Y'all misunderstood. Y'all misheard what I said. I said her son would stay with his dad.
But how are you making plans? How are you making plans for her child? She's not you guys' child as a community until you get married. So now that's another thing you have to talk about, boundaries when you have children and dating.
All right, folks. So for example, my son, right? Let's talk about like with shit that I can't control. Okay. You know what I'm saying? My son. Okay. I mean, my son knows that he'll be 17 this year. He knows that, yes, dad has your back for life. The bank of dad stops at 25. You know what I mean? Like, even though you always have access to that bank, you know what I mean? You got to show me that you earned that bank. You know what I mean? But till 25, you can make your mistakes. You can spill shit. You can do whatever, right? So the sister that, my son knows that his dad is leaving the country, right? He knows that. I've been telling him since he was 10. You know what I mean? So if you decide to go to college in a different state, dad's going to move to that state. I'm not going to live in the same city that you live in because I ain't trying to crowd your space. Dad's going to move into the same city. You know what I mean? I'm not going to move into the same. I'm moving to the same state, not the same city. You know what I mean? And he also knows that when dad leaves to go out the country, he has access to me, but I'm not going to stop his flow. But my son is not mad about it because he knows that's what fills my spirit. Okay. You know what I mean? So anybody that meet me, I lay that on the table at the top like I'm not dying in America. You know what I mean? So that's just something that I have.
No, and we understand all of that. But
when you're in a relationship,
it's a we. Yeah. So
and this I, you could
like everybody want to have
I.
Like you have to make sure, like you already got your clear plan. Like you're gone in 6 years, regardless of what's.
Regardless of what, I don't give a shit.
You said finding a wife over there. That ain't gonna work.
So the person that you're involved with now, I do believe that you really see a future with her.
Absolutely.
Outside.
Yeah, and you already know what it is.
Yeah, so for me, like
I would never make a public statement like that if I knew it wasn't legit.
No, and I know. So for me, like me kind of being in her shoes when it comes to an active father being in that child's life, I cannot imagine, first and foremost, leaving my child with him and I'm just seeing him in the summer, or taking him away from his father and he's just seeing him in the summer, because we have that co-parenting thing going on so well. That's the conversation that we're trying to get you to understand.
No, because me and my son, when my son lived with me and went to school with me, she got him on the weekends and then she got him in the summer.
Because that was
your arrangement.
What I'm just saying. And
now, if her man came to you and said, "This is the arrangement for your son," how would you feel?
Okay, so for example, my son, he goes to school out of Frederick. He's in high school. Is that what I wanted? Absolutely not.
That's not my question.
No. High school, I wanted him to be with his dad because this is the time where I can really raise him right. But his mother had him in a better situation. So as a father, I had to. It is the same. It's kind of the same.
What's the question?
What's the question?
The question was, if she said, my significant other and I have decided that he's going to go here and do this and do this, and then you can do this at this time, how would you feel?
I don't have no choice, because if my child is living with that person, I have to go where I don't want my son to live out Frederick.
Listen,
my son lives out Frederick, Maryland. I live in Baltimore. You think I want to drive an hour every time I want to see my son?
Yes.
I mean, of course I'm gonna do it because I'm, you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, I didn't have a choice in that matter.
So maybe, all right, so your situation with your ex-wife is different
That's
from
not my ex-wife. It's my child's mother.
Well, your child's mother is different from probably what hers is. Like for me, for example, me and my children's father, we always got to sit down and have a conversation. Whatever
whoever I'm dealing with, they always got to meet my child.
So it doesn't matter who's in my life or who's in his life. This is our decision with our children and what we need to do. I'm never going to make a decision without his input and vice versa.
And what you said was she has to adapt to my surrounding and what I want, or it's a given. I'm still going.
Yeah, so it's not fair. We're not ganging up on you, but it's not fair.
I don't care if you're ganging on
No, it just doesn't sound like a relationship.
No, but it's not fair.
That's not what I'm doing.
It's not fair to keep on pursuing something with this woman that seems as though.
But they all, me and her already on the same wave.
Y'all, okay.
You know what I mean? So y'all talk about something that's irrelevant to the conversation. Like we're on the same wave.
Like my son is 13. I wish somebody could tell me, oh, he going here, and then you can have him in. I will open the door for you, and your stuff will be on the other side.
It's different though. I'm just saying. I mean, a person would know.
No real mother would do that.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about aging and things like that. You'll know what. Like for me, I'm identifying someone that I know that is going to be in the same energy realm on everything I want to do. I'm not wasting time.
And you have to accept everything that's included with her.
No, and likewise,
right.
You know what I mean? So when I make these statements, these are things that have already been discussed, that's already in motion for both of us, whether we met each other or not. You know what I'm saying? I have met someone that happened to be on the same wave that I'm on. That's very rare. You know what I mean? This person don't want to die in America too, so we have something in common.
Right, but you have to start changing your language. Let's talk love, the language of love. We made the decision, or we decided.
We did, but we're talking about she put it on the eye tip to me on what I want. You know what I mean? I'm telling what I want.
And I said, what do you want in a relationship?
Man, what I want in a relationship is just, honesty, respect, integrity, all the basic things everybody else wants.
So you want all of these, and that's what makes up the making of a woman that completes you, correct?
Well, a compliment. No one person. That's the
so
problem.
The compliment.
Hold. See, I'm glad she used that language. I like her. I like you. You know what I mean? That's the challenge on why we got so many broken and fucked up relationships. In my opinion, people look for people to complete them.
Right.
No one should complete you. Period.
Right.
This woman don't complete me. At all. She compliments me specifically. Let's just be specific on the words. Because you said words.
Don't touch me. My significant other, you're supposed to say my significant other
compliments me.
Doesn't complete me. You saying this woman don't complete. You have to start changing your language.
No, I think it's the same thing. I don't think it's the same. I think I just said the same thing you just said, but I said it my way.
But compliment.
I said no. I said
this woman.
I said no. I said the challenge is that people think that other people complete them, where no woman completes no man, and no man completes no woman. A woman should be a compliment to you. You know what I'm saying? A man should be a compliment to what you already built, and you're building together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not stifling what you're doing or how you're building. You're not stifling what I'm doing or how I'm building. When we come together, we're building some whole other energy.
I do know what I'm looking for now is somebody.
Yeah, it's a compliment. I don't need you to be nothing other than that.
What you just said?
What I'm looking for.
He that findeth. What you're attracting is going to be somebody that.
Well, I'm purposely not trying to attract anything right now.
I pray for what I got.
Yeah, and I'm on that spiritual journey now too. Like I am praying for what I want in my life, and I do know what I want now. I want someone to add to me. I want someone to build with.
Absolutely,
that's my purpose.
And when you discover that as is love, like we talk all the time, that as is love is about facing yourself in the mirror on who you are,
right,
and accepting yourself for where you at, so you can know how to build with somebody, and let alone build with yourself.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, because when I started this journey for my cancer story, it was very important to me when the ladies helped me with a photo shoot that I wanted to do. And I prayed on it for a while, and it's kind of evolving. So I say you have to tell your story before you start something.
Facts.
So what I had them do, I had my sister, she's an artist, she came out, and I had the ladies to concentrate and work on themselves because it was a healing process, which they didn't know.
Right.
They had to pick a word on who they were and who they are now. So I picked from worthless to worthy. We wrote it on our bodies,
and I was in pain.
And we had a photo shoot. So at times I was in relationships, because I've had a lot of broken relationships. I was in relationships trying to feel worthy of love, but I was feeling worthless in these relationships because I not yet had loved myself first.
That's the key ingredient.
So once I started loving myself and making me worth what I say I am, I went from worthless to worthy. So now at this point in my life, any man that comes in my life, I may still have some hiccups, I may still fall from some little mistakes and things like that, but I know I'm worthy of love. I don't feel worthless anymore. That part of Erica is gone.
You're not thirsting for anything that's unbecoming.
So I'm building my own empire. And when God sends who's supposed to be for me and with me, he'll complete that empire. He won't have a problem. I shouldn't have to
dumb yourself down.
Who I am.
You're supposed to be the most powerful human you're supposed to be as a woman.
Alpha woman.
And
God is going to send me a man that is the alpha man that understands that it's okay to have a strong woman beside her.
And what I was telling you about my situation, you know what I'm saying? She asked me that question. She said, how do you feel dealing with a powerful woman? I said, that's the only thing I attract. You know what I mean? It's powerful women.
I think powerful people is a dope ass.
But I agree with the sister.
Yeah.
Everybody can't handle that. Because some people try to dim your light because they mad that you're illuminating the world through your spirit. You know what I mean?
And I can attest, I've played on both sides. Some powerful people that you think are powerful and strong, they're really weak. Because I always presented like I was strong, but when I got home, I was so weak.
What I tell you, with the Obamas in public, the Bundys behind closed doors.
So it's more or less just being okay with yourself.
As is
okay
love.
With everything with yourself, what you're trying to build.
Love, baby.
You know, focusing on it because I'm the alpha female, but I've been broken too.
Facts.
And I know when I did her photo shoot, I chose pain and love because I know for years, her photo shoot was an eye-opener. It was self-healing because I really had to reflect on who I was then and who I am now. And who I was then, I was living through pain. I had a mother that abandoned me when I was a baby. Never got truly over that until like in my 30s. Then relationship after relationship, I was looking for that love that I didn't get from my mother. And these other relationships that I tried to build. And it's like I kept on looking for something. Until one day I was looking in the mirror, it's like, that's where I need to start.
As is love.
Yeah, so
I need to love me first.
Yeah.
Now, you can't love nobody else till you love yourself.
No,
and it's a process though, even understanding how to love yourself. That's what people don't understand. It's a journey. You know what I mean? Like, you may feel like you're loving yourself with material things or your status or where you at. But when them lights go out and you got to sleep with yourself, that's the true testament of how much you love yourself. It ain't about what type of car you drive, what money you got in the bank.
And it's been nights when I was riding myself to sleep. Yeah. And I would get up in the morning, put on this, heavy girl armor and go and try to conquer the world. Listen to everybody's problems, like everybody dump on you, and then you go home again and cry.
I tell my lady all the time, we heal better together. You know what I mean? But you gotta own it.
You gotta heal separately. You can't.
No, but
I can't close your wound in my.
Let me clarify that though. Like what I mean is, I'm already in the healing journey. I've already been in that process. She's already in the healing journey. You know what I mean? So when we come together, it's a common ground of healing amongst ourselves. You gotta, like I told you earlier in the show, you gotta address the past, the present, and prepare for the future. You know what I mean? If you don't address the past and understand what each other went through, how can you even get to the present? You know what I mean? Because you don't know what each other's dealing with mentally when you're sitting at the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. You know what I mean? So if you don't have that transparency and that openness where you can have a conversation and not feel judged or any of that, like, it's a blessing that I can talk to my lady about my ex-wife. You know what I mean? It's a blessing that she can talk to me about her situations and this, that, and the third ways, though it's non-judgmental. But we're learning each other, and we're learning because you listen what people say when they speak about their past. You know what I mean? You don't know if it's still sensitive, painful, they free, or whatever. Just off the words and the energy you see on what they do. You understand what I'm saying? So I agree with y'all saying. So I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way.
I mean,
you know
this was an amazing show as usual, and we're gonna have to come back to discuss self-love.
Yeah, because that's the most important, man. I'm writing a book right now called As Is Love, and it took me going through all these relationships. Like I told my lady, I was preparing for her going through all those relationships. You know
so you found the lesson in every storm.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to.
Absolutely. If you don't, then
some people don't find them.
No,
and
she 1,000% right on that. Because and that's why they keep making the same mistake. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta sit and just be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The hard way. It's like school until you pass the test. You're gonna have to keep taking it over.
Facts.
And I kept failing the test. I didn't fail the test with the same person. I failed it with a whole nother person, but with the same trial.
Right.
And then that makes you have to stop and look at yourself and say, wait a
Right.
minute, what's going on? What am I doing?
The common denominator is me.
Because a lot of times it's not the person, it's you, but it's being done to you, so you play the victim. Because I've been the victim.
Yeah,
I've played the victim, but I had to dissect, how did this happen again? What am I not doing within me that are making people feel comfortable that they can do these things? Because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like I wasn't strong enough to put my foot down and walk away. I will not accept this. This is not what I'm accepting. This is what I want in life. And if we can't align ourselves and this is where I want us to be, I am not the one for you.
Absolutely.
And be okay to shepherd this.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So
you gotta have non-negotiables that you don't bend on for your own spirit. Like, you know, for many years, like I was telling my lady friend, I was like, you know, for many years you chase your soulmate, right? But you really both be chasing your spirit mate, someone that feeds your spirit. You know what I mean? Someone that enhances your spirit. You know what I mean? Because you know, you exchange the energy when you sleep with somebody. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you deposit a little bit of your soul into a person when you sleep.
And your best friend is not always your
exactly. You know what I mean?
And I learned that the hard way too.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? That's why I say like I value. You know, I know I talk a lot of shit. But
you did, Puppy. You fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you a little soft.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap this up. I do want Erica to share her information on
I actually love that. I actually love that concept.
So let people know
I actually
how they
would love
can
to see how I can work with you.
So you guys, I do have a page on Facebook that is fairly new. We're just building an audience so we can start communicating with you guys and talking to you guys. It's My Skin Has a Story. Go and like the page. The email address is on there if you have any questions or want to talk or need an outlet or need resources. You can always contact us. As well as we do have the My Skin Has a Story t-shirts that are out. So if you are interested in getting a My Skin Has a Story t-shirt, we're starting that as a fundraiser due to COVID. So we can be a blessing to a lot of individuals. Some things that we are trying to do is, you know, help individuals that are coming out of incarceration that need IDs and birth certificates and, you know, really can't afford that. Something to get them started on their way. Because of different trials that I've had in my life, I've put it towards fundraisers. So I didn't finish school like I was supposed to. I didn't get my high school diploma until I had my son because I had another life to live for. So I know a lot of times when you don't have any income, it's kind of hard for you to pay for your test. So we want to facilitate and help people pay for their tests and set them up for a good path in life. So we just want to be a big help and a blessing to you guys, and you know, we want you to connect with us and see how we can help the community and you guys personally. So
I just want to say, like, you know, I like your vision. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of times we're not honest with ourselves. especially living in the skin that we're in and owning our story. So I just want to give a shout out to one of my mentors, Uncle George Mitchell. Passed away about a week ago. They had his memorial service today. I attended it. Very, um, it was very powerful. You know what I mean? And his fraternity said they lost three men: Elijah Cummings, John Lewis, and then George Mitchell. So for him to be in that three,
that's
you know what I'm saying? That just says that his work that he did on this earth was done. Like it rained, the wind was blowing, it didn't rain. Like he was in the mix of everything that was happening today when we was up there. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, we had a great show. We don't have, good days. We create them. We create the life we want. We spread our energy and love and light to the world. So I appreciate you coming on. I'm looking forward to building with you on that concept, because I think that not only would it be great for adults to understand and own their stories, but I think it'd be great for children. And hopefully after COVID and hopefully during COVID, we can connect to do some things virtually. For people.
Yeah, definitely want to have that outlet. I have some young ladies and some young men that want to share their story of triumph, and it's just amazing once you hear people's story, how much empowered you feel that you can overcome and know that you're not alone.
You're not alone. You're never alone in your journey. You know what I mean?
I'm always ready to share my story. I know I'm ready.
You gotta love your damn self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta love your damn self. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you all for joining in today. See you all next week.
Peace and health. Love y'all. Misha, I was really behaving myself today.